Hi, I'm Ken Forkish, and for my second bread book I want to give you an overview of the ingredients. There's much more detail in the book, but I thought it would be helpful to include just a quick video. Maybe it'll help you out a little bit. Not surprisingly, I'm going to talk to you about flour, water, salt, and yeast. Flour, almost all the recipes in the book use a blend of flours. A lot of times it'll have white flour, white bread flour, along with a whole wheat flour of one sort or another. So let's talk about what whole wheat means. Wheat could be whole wheat that you buy at the store. Whole wheat could be einkorn flour. It could be emmer flour that's stone milled. It could be stone milled spelt flour. It could be one of the landrace or heritage grains called with names like Rouge de Bordeaux. And many of these that I promote in the book because they taste great and they just make really lovely bread. We have a problem with the word wheat flour, or the phrase wheat flour in our country, because this is wheat flour, it's white flour, it comes from the wheat berry. This whole wheat flour is also wheat flour. We really should say whole wheat flour when we mean the whole grain, and white wheat flour means that it's white, what we call white flour. Maybe it's just something I care about, but it's important to me. Anyway, this is white flour. There's a wide range in what works for bread and what doesn't work. All-purpose flour will likely work, but some all-purpose flour is a little bit too weak in the gluten for it to make a good bread. So just to be on the safe side on all the recipes in this cookbook, I recommend using bread flour, and then I know for sure you'll have something that will work. But you should also try, if you have an all-purpose flour that you like to use, give it a try, see if it works. The salt, I like to use a fine grain sea salt. Which you can easily find at usually in the bins at your grocery. For yeast, this is not something you'll buy at the store. It would be something that I recommend you buy online. A single 1 pound package of this SAF red bag instant yeast you can buy any of the online stores that you shop at pretty much. It's not expensive, and 1 bag will last you at least a year, so you won't run out, and you'll ultimately at the end of the day you'll save money for it. When I've opened it up, I keep it stored in the refrigerator, just in a plastic bag with a rubber band around it. And to measure it out, I just use these teaspoons, for example. Cool thing is my recipes have weight and volume measurements, but it's really nice to know that like 1 gram of yeast is or 1/4 teaspoon of yeast weighs just about exactly 1 gram. Anyway, that's just my little thing on yeast. Sorry, didn't mean to go overtime on that. And then one thing that is unique to this cookbook is that each of the recipes gives you the option. It's not mandatory, but you'll get better bread if you use the levain culture in each of the recipes. And so it's something that you would store in the refrigerator. It's really easy to make. It takes 5 minutes a day for about a week, and then it's ready. You store it in the refrigerator, and then you just pluck from it each time you pull it out of the fridge, you just pop it into your dough mix. Then you put it back in the fridge, and it needs a refresh about every 7 to 10 days. But that's the levain culture right there. So that was just an overview of the basic ingredients. I just wanted to give you a quickie there. A lot of the breads in this book, they have added ingredients, which is different from flour, water, salt, yeast, my first book. So I have recipes that include, I have a raisin pecan bread. There's a really great multi-grain bread that uses rye flakes and oats and buckwheat groats, which you can get online. It's easy to buy. I have a hazelnut bread, and then there's a corn bread and a butter bread, a rye bread with caraway seeds, black bread, lots of good breads. So there are many other ingredients and additives that go in, but I wanted to give you just a quick overview of the main things that go into, which is flour, water, salt, and yeast. No surprise there. Thanks.